What is up guys, Quest here. In this video I'm going to be giving you some Population 1 tips. Now I'm not claiming to be the best in the world at the game, although I do play with some of the top 10 people regularly, and I'm also in the top 100 pretty much every week. I've broken these tips down into 4 different sections. The first one being movement. Climbing and flying is 2 times faster than walking, so whenever I play a battle, that's always what I do. I'm never walking on the ground because you're open, you're vulnerable, and you're probably going to get shot. Whereas if you climb, you have cover because you're obviously climbing on something, and then you can fly in much quicker. Also then, climbing gives you that advantage so that if you do see an enemy, you can just swoop in, fly and kill them. So this brings me on to the next thing, which is the height advantage. You always want to be up high and have the height advantage over anyone, because 90% of the time when you're on the ground and someone's higher than you, you're going to die. You always get those people who are just aiming over the roofs, shooting down at you with an AK, and it's really annoying. But if you're up high, you have the advantage because they don't have any cover, because you're above them. However, you also have to make sure that you're not too high flying in on them unless they don't see you, because if they see you, then obviously you're open target, you're going to get shot. So be very tactical with how you move. Now, I can't stress this enough. The number one tip that I can ever give you in Population 1 is to be the hunter, not the hunted. That is the most simple way that you can go from getting 1 to 2 kills a game to 6 to 10 kills a game, which is currently where I'm at. So what this means is that you should be the one trying to get kills, not the other way round. Now, I used to play right at the start when I started playing, which was a couple of months ago, basically just being with my squad, getting some armor, getting some shields, getting some guns, and then slowly moving towards the zone and fending off against enemies. This was a terrible strategy because you are always at a disadvantage. The number one advantage in Population 1 is being able to see people and then move in and kill them very quickly. If you are walking, chances are you're not going to stumble across anyone, and if you do, then it's a 50-50 battle because they probably see you as well. But if you're hunting them, if you're flying, if you're being strategic and you're using cover to hide yourself and you swoop in and kill them, you're going to win that battle, most likely. It does go wrong sometimes, and that's always going to happen, but yeah. It actually goes back to Napoleonic tactics. Basically, if you decide where the battle is, you're probably going to win it because you are the attacker, you get to control those variables. It's the same here. Fly in, watch them for a bit. When they get exposed, if they're out in the open, then try and kill them. There's no point in shooting them halfway across the map if you see them, because that will give away your position and you probably won't hit anything unless you're really good with a sniper. The best bet is to call them out, mark them for your teammates, get up high, move in, be stealthy, get close, and either get them with an SMG, an AK, well, any weapon really, but close quarters is the best way to kill them if they don't see you, because you can kill them quickly. And another thing to stress here, and this is basically when you're fighting someone, they know where you are, and it's a one-on-one, so the chances of you winning are 50-50, or even less in your favour if you're the one without the height advantage. Do the opposite of what they think you'll do. So I don't know if I got a recording of this, but there's a footage of me in a game where I hear a guy, he shoots at me, I shoot at him, and then we're behind cover, and he goes down below to try and see where I am, so he looks where I was, but I deliberately climbed the other way around the rock and then swooped him from the other side and killed him. I was completely away from where he thought I would be, because that's where he would be aiming, and that advantage made me kill him, and we won the game. So that's what you need to be doing. The second category is the weapons, so I've sort of broken them up into 2 sections, the low skill and high skill. Now, I'm not saying if you use these you're low skill, because people have their favourite weapons, but this is a general rule of thumb. So the high skill usually means high reward, so if you get really, really good with that weapon, you can use it very, very much. So when I started the game, I thought these high skill weapons were actually the worst weapons because they were difficult to use and I'd die every time I used them. With a little bit of training, you can get really good at them and they give you so much in return. So these high skill, high reward weapons are the Magnum, the AWP, the Seiko, the P90 and the DT11. If you get good with these weapons, you will be very, very well versed to getting kills, basically, because these weapons do a lot of damage, but they're very difficult to control. So for instance, the Magnum with a headshot is like 70 damage, depending on the level of the Magnum. But that's rapid fire, so when you're flying in, or semi-automatic, when you're flying in, you can fire that without even aiming down the sights. Snipers are a bit more difficult to shoot when flying, but they deal a lot of damage. So if someone's far away, getting off one of those shots and crippling their shields, or even damaging them as well, that's going to give you a massive advantage when you actually get in close quarters and fight them. So what I tend to do in a fight is shoot them with a high damage weapon such as a Magnum, AWP or Seiko, get them down 70 shields maybe, and then when I'm fighting them, I'm probably going to win that engagement even if we're shooting at each other the same amount. But yeah, get good with them. You can practice against bots. So the DT11 is just such a high damage shotgun, but it's only got 2 shots. And being able to reload that is quite difficult. It's tricky, so you need a lot of experience with that. The P90 is the best SMG, and I 100% agree with that. It's got such a high round capacity, and it does a lot of damage, but it's got a lot of recoil, and that's the counter for it. So you need to practice with that and get good at that, and if you do, you're probably going to win that engagement as well. Seiko is nice. It's sort of a medium range weapon, very quick to shoot, very easy to kill people with that, but it's also very easy to miss, and it takes a lot of skill to master the aim. Same with the AWP, they've kind of buffed it now because it used to be quite rubbish, but now they've increased the performance, which isn't buffing, that's the opposite. I don't know what I'm talking about. They've increased the performance so that the scope is easier to kill them. So use the AWP, get good at it. It's a very good weapon. It'll deal a hell of a lot of damage. But yeah, get good with these weapons and you will get far more kills. Now the low skill weapons are the CX4, the UMP, the 1911, the PX4 and the MK18. I'm not saying all of these are terrible. If you're good at them, then obviously you're going to get good kills. But these are like slightly worse, but they're easier to use. So they'll get you lots of kills. But if you want to get up to the next level, you kind of need to master the more skillful weapon. The CX4 has low fire rate, but it's easier to hit people. So why would you use that when you can just use an AK which has a significantly higher fire rate? It's much easier to kill someone with that. However, it takes a lot of skill to manage the recoil. So the low skill weapons are the CX4, the UMP, the 1911, the PX4 and the MK18. They'll get you lots of kills, but if you want to actually take it to the next level, you really need to master the skillful weapons. Now notice how I didn't put the AK into those low skill weapons, because the AK can be used as a low skill weapon. But when you know how to use it properly, it's probably the best gun in the game. It's basically an SMG and a long range rifle at the same time. So you can kill people very, very quickly at a close range, and you can do a hell of a lot of damage to people at a medium range and kill them. I'm not saying you can't be really good with these weapons. I, at the start, was quite good at the pistols. The 1911, a high-level 1911 is a very, very good pistol. It's like 45 damage to the body. It's really good. It depends on the level, and it depends what you like. You know, some people like a pistol at medium range because it's very controllable. I don't think anyone likes the MK18, to be honest. It's really annoying. But yeah, just master the high-skill weapons and maybe some of the low-skill ones if you like them. Mainly master the high-skill weapons, get good at them, and you will get so many more kills. Always lead the fight with someone with a shot with a Magnum. You know, if you can get one hit with the Magnum on them, 60 damage or 40 damage from any distance, then once you get in and engage and you rush them, they're going to have no shields left and maybe not very much health left. So you're going to be massively advantaged in that situation. That brings me on to teamwork. Now this is what gets you the wins. You can get a lot of kills without playing as a team. You really should be with a team, and this is one of the key things. If you have a good team, you will always win, pretty much. Your average kills and average wins per game will go up quite a lot during this, because if you have a team, you can pounce on people. Now, it's quite funny because if you play with people that are your skill level or above you, you're probably going to actually get less kills because they're going to kill the people that you were going to kill. So if you want to be a bit sort of evil, then play with people that are slightly worse than you so that you can get the kills first, but they still back you up. Now, teamwork is everything. So whenever I see an enemy, I always either call them out or mark them straight away before I even shoot at them, because I want my team to know where they are so that they're ready to kill them, basically. As a team, you really want a hunter-pack mindset. All of you want to be constantly going for the kills. You all want to be there, moving as fast as possible, in the best positions, ready to pounce on an enemy if you see. Now, I tell the team when I'm sort of leading the team, you know, one person go left, one person go right, I'll go straight ahead. That way you fan out and you see an enemy, and once you see an enemy, you should be at a high level so that you can fly in very, very quickly, engage them at the same time, basically. Because if you're all pouncing on a team from different angles, you are so much more likely to get a kill, and you're so much more likely to win the engagement. It's crazy. The worst thing to do is when you're on a 1 versus 3 and they know where you are, you don't have a height advantage, and that's it. You know, I'm not better than anyone else at that. You know, if you took a brand new player or me, I would suck at that because that's not how I play. One-on-ones just don't work. The best way to fight a team, you can take a team of 3 on by flying and flanking from the sides, killing one of them, then killing the other, then killing the last guy. But if they all know where you are and they're all firing at you, you've got really no chance of doing that unless you're really, really good, or you get some good shots off with a sniper and knock some of them down. So yeah, teamwork's key. Getting revived. Notice if you're obsessed with your average kills like I am, it's average kills per game, not KD. So it means that you can die as many times as you want, and it still won't affect your average kills per game. You just need to get those kills. So I don't mind rushing in and dying sometimes, as you've probably seen in this video that I've shown I've died once or twice. That's okay because it shows that you're actually pushing, and if you've got a good team, they'll revive you anyway. But yeah, the key tip for teamwork is just be in a position of altitude so that you can fly in very, very fast and overwhelm the enemy, basically. Now, on to the last thing, and I think this is the most important sort of aspect of how you play. You know, if you're just starting out, if you change this one thing, you will be very, very good. And I know that sounds like a clickbait ad, but it's the playstyle. Now, like the guns, there are low skill and high skill playstyles, and some are more risky than others. But if you get good at the high skill playstyles, you're going to win and you're going to get kills. So, as I've touched on before, the high skill playstyles are the hunter pack playstyles. Basically, constantly on the move, constantly trying to find new players, and just instantly seeing the teammates or the enemies and just rushing them. So what I'll do is I'll climb up to an incredibly high altitude, you know, on top of one of the spikes or anything like that. I'll look at the zone, I'll keep looking around, I'll get my team to search around and find people. They mark them or I mark them, and then we instantly go straight for them. We spread out, and I say, like, you take the left, I'll take the right, and you spread out and you get them that way. You just overwhelm them, and that's the playstyle. You need that playstyle to get the kills. No other playstyle will do it. Most people, and this is the low skill, and this is what everyone does starting out, I did this as well, is just the sort of steady movements, slow movements, getting loads of resources, and then defending yourself. That, by default, is always bad because you're always at a disadvantage. If you're constantly trying to defend yourself, you're never attacking, and defenders are so disadvantaged because you don't know where the enemy are, firstly, so they could be flanking you. Secondly, you don't have the height advantage because if you're standing still and you're high, you're probably going to get sniped. Being high up only really works if you're moving, otherwise you're very, very visible. And if you are high up, they'll just swarm you with snipers or machine guns and spray you down before you even know where they are. So don't do that. Always be on the move. Never touch the floor. You know, think of it like a floor is lava game. Don't touch the floor. It shouldn't be there. The only time you should touch the floor is if you're going down for resources. Then you should be up high, flying around. Offensive is the best defense. So isolate the enemy squads, flank them, basically just overwhelm them with the speed. And yeah, do that. That's how you win the games. That's how you get the kills. And yeah, I hope this has helped you guys because this, for me, is the #1 way to get better at the game. It's not about which gun you use that will make you better. It's not really about the aim. It's all about the playstyle and how you maneuver around the map. So yeah, I am pretty good at this. When I play with guys and girls, obviously, they say that I'm really good. They are like, oh, how do you move so fast and everything like that. Yeah, I'm okay. But you should see me playing with the top 10 people because when I play with them, I can't keep up. They're halfway across the map before I even blink. It's insane. I can't keep up with them. They're moving so fast. They get so many more kills than me. So I basically do badly what the best in the world do very, very good. I'm improving, and you can improve that. You can improve how you maneuver. You can get better at it. You can get better at managing recoil. That takes experience, not really knowledge. So yeah, that'll happen naturally. But just do what I do. Do what the top 10s do. If you get a chance to play with any high-level people, do it because honestly, you'll learn so much. Speed and power, basically. Thank you guys for watching, and if you did enjoy this video, please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more videos. Goodbye.
Somewhere in these mountains. Where'd you go?
Oh, one more team.
I got it. Where are they?
On this barn.
Oh,
Teammate down.
in the air. Oh my god.
Ooh, nice.
Someone else is shooting right here. One more team left.
Oh, Zito.
Yeah, come. You need to get in the zone. Right here is a good spot.
Oh.
Down there, right here. Yeah. Do you have anything for me?
Gun, yeah. AK.
Banana?
No, banana, no. Just
Ammo? And here, one here. Oh, I'm dead. Sorry, guys. One guy left. Yeah, revive me, please. Thank you very much.
here is
I'm sure Cameron will take care of him before I get alive.
Oh.
Where is he? Where is he?
Yeah.
That's better. That's better.